In today's video, we're back to another Noob Godly episode. We're in episode 22 this time. Today, we're going to be doing Enchanted Forest. And right now when this is happening, the nerf to the dungeons just happened and there's a times 2 XP event. So that's just great. So let's go ahead and start by picking up our daily bonus and let's see what we get. Hopefully we do get a couple of the new stuff. I got the new healing spell, Fungal Guardian Helmet, Fungal Warrior Armor, and Fungal Warrior Armor. So let's go ahead and equip that stuff and then start doing boss raids. Alright, we're here in our first boss raid now. There isn't a new boss raid until level 180, so this boss raid shouldn't cause a lot of difficulty, it's just a little bit more time consuming. There is around 2.3 Q damage since we have a bit less teammates this time since issues with the team, but it's fine I guess. Let's go ahead and continue damaging this until it gets low. Alright, we have just taken down its final shield. It did spam every shield back to back to back, which is a little bit unfortunate, slowing us down in our tracks a little bit. But there went its last shield. Did 4 of them, I'm pretty sure it's the last one. There we go, it didn't activate again. And we're going to finish this boss. Hopefully we get good Enchanted Forest insane loot, because we could definitely use that. And it will speed our matches up. One more spell, and that's going to be a GG. Alright, let's go. Alright, here's what I got on my first boss raid. Here's what I got on my second boss raid. Alright, and here's what I got in my third boss raid. Alright, we're in our very first Enchanted Forest. Now, this is right after our little nerfs to the dungeon. You can actually see the video right here. But there was some changes that actually made the dungeon easier. I'm not sure how much of an effect that is. That definitely is going to make this series a bit less of a pain than it is currently. And we seems that it actually is a lot easier, meaning we can actually 2-cycle these mobs, even though we have a really basic set. Now for bosses, I'm not actually sure, which we're actually facing our very first crystal golem. So we're just gonna straight up hit it here. Keep going. Go all the way right here to this shield thingy, otherwise we're gonna get hit. Run out of the way for that laser attack. Oh, this isn't good. Alright, need to build my little wall. Oh, and I died. Alright, should have probably went to the wall, but it's fine. We can just respawn. But the bosses don't seem that big of a deal. But I see the bosses are still slightly difficult, but I'm glad they just didn't make the mobs just an impossible mess, which just makes the dungeon a little more fun in itself. Now we're gonna go ahead and keep going with these mobs until we reach the Enchanted Forest tree. Alright, right before we actually got the tree, we got the very first dungeon Greg, which honestly is just with us. We have gotten Greg on a lot of first dungeons, on our things like canals or like Samurai Palace. Honestly, I just find that really interesting. It's like a curse of getting Greg on our first run of a certain dungeon, which I mean, I'm never gonna complain, but I'll just take it. Alright, it isn't gonna be one cycle, unfortunately, hence the lack of players, but we can just keep cycling and we'll definitely be able to defeat it. Hopefully we get really lucky and get good gear. Alright, I got nothing good, and my teammates did not get that special, but that's alright. Alright, let's keep going and start doing this ancient tree. Now this ancient tree is a little bit tricky. Now we need to focus on hitting the spirits as we go and avoiding these purple circles. If we hit these purple circles, we get stuck, and if the laser touches us, we are practically dead. Even though the nerf damage, the damage it does like there is many times. I feel like I said many too many times. But right here we have it down. If we can basically damage it same time as orbs, that's great. Because these orbs just spawn more attacks and just makes things more difficult. But besides the little orb thingies, this boss isn't that difficult. Let's see, that laser just passed me and I was almost dead. the reason I didn't die is because I'm actually really bulky and a damage nerf itself. And we're almost about to finish it. No deaths to this boss, and there we go. Nice. Let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the final boss. Alright, we're here in our very first Enchanted Forest Dragon. Now, this is definitely the most difficult boss of them all. This thing attacks super rapidly. It also has these giant lasers that appear out of nowhere. So you need to avoid the person with the white circle. Because if they do, well, you might just die. Now, we are nearly halfway down. These attacks can definitely get overwhelming, and make sure to get out of that laser's way. Those things can do a lot of damage. This thing does like a similar attack to the Lava King as its wings attack. And then it just does a bunch of... It's basically like a more difficult density of the volcano, or the second boss of the volcanic chamber zone. Basically that with extra steps and more difficulty. Alright, 300 trillion left, and let's go ahead, and there we go. Oh, I almost got hit there. Gotta be careful, can't get close to that person there. And that's going to be a GG. Alright, let's go. Now, we got this item. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything special. Doesn't seem my team got anything special. Let's go ahead and go again. Alright, we're here in our second run, and we're here at the Crystal Golem. Now, let's go ahead, and we're going to try to be doing this one deathless. And if we do it deathless, we're going to try doing hardcore difficulty, which is definitely a big step. But it definitely seems like it's something that we are capable of doing. And there we go. Alright, deathless. Alright, let's go ahead and keep going until we reach the second boss. Alright, we're here in our second ancient tree. Now let's go ahead and see how we do. Gotta make sure to stay close to that healer and start dodging around. Now, oh, those things are gonna pop out. But you need to keep an eye on the floor for those circles, because if we just get hit by those circles, it's gonna be practically game over. Oh, that was a little risky one, and that was a mistake from me. But looks like we're fine. I'm actually gonna try to get this little orb at the same time. Ow, and I'm actually taking a lot more damage, but we're fine. I did get hit by the orb, but as long as I have good healing, there we go. We're good to go. And that is going to be a GG. There we go. Second boss, no deaths. Nice! We're here on the final boss. It's basically our final test before we step into the hardcore territory. Honestly, I'm just shocked of the difference of this, or the difference of how much this has or how much this has changed. It's honestly just crazy. Let's go ahead and keep going, keep damaging this boss. Uh-oh, well, I died there, but that's alright. We still could have completed it with the damage alone, so I still think we're capable of doing it on hardcore, which is going to be what we're doing next. Yeah, so let's go ahead and finish this and then do hardcore difficulty. GG! Alright, we're here in our first hardcore match. Honestly, I didn't think doing 2 non-hardcores and a hardcore would come back ever. But here we are. We're starting to do Enchanted Forest hardcore on our second attempt. Obviously, we need to be very careful because we don't want to make this attempt to go to waste. But we'll try our best to even get better gear out of this so we can actually even do this dungeon even faster. Uh-oh. Someone died. It's fine. It's not that the end of the world. There we go. Alright, that was a little worrying for a second, but it's fine. GG. Alright, now that we've managed to defeat this on hardcore difficulty, let's speed things up a little bit, shall we? Here we go!